Were you attracted to any vices when you were as an adult or as a kid, adolescent kid? Did you ever smoke? Did you ever drink? Did you had a girlfriend in your life?
Fortunately, no.
Any youth who comes to you and asks that if I study Bhagavad Gita, will I have my problem solved? What is your answer to that?
You will have your ultimate problem solved.
Ultimate problem solved.
When the ultimate problem is solved, all the small problems are automatically solved. Money and women, they bring anxiety to you.
Makes
In
a lot
anxiety,
of...
you cannot gain knowledge.
Hi, welcome to KC Talks. We have a monk in front of us whose name is Kamal Lochan Swami. He did his merchant navy and he was sailing all through the world. But he chose to become a monk in Iskcon. Let us understand about his spiritual journey. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So we see a lot of intellectuals in Iskcon. So we had previous podcasts with some doctors, some chartered accountants. Merchant navy is a very exciting profession in itself. So can we just know about yourself, Swami?
Yes, I was studying marine engineering in Calcutta. That is the time I came in contact with the devotees of ISKCON. When I heard their lecture for the first time, I felt that these are the people who are speaking the truth on the face.
Okay.
Especially, I went to Mayapur. There was one Swamiji
Okay.
who was giving a class on Vedic culture, Vedic education.
Mm-hmm.
And when one of my friends asked him a question, Swamiji, if everybody becomes a monk, a devotee, what about progress? Then he just told one statement. It was summer and my friend was wearing a jeans pant. And the monk asked, Swamiji asked him, do you think this is progress, you wearing a jeans pant in summer?
Okay.
Just because you're becoming Western, that doesn't mean you're progressing.
Okay.
Where is your intelligence? Progress means actually developing your intelligence. So that intelligence we get from the scriptures. And he quoted so many scriptural statements, and I was so convinced that if somebody is speaking truth, and these are the people who are speaking the truth.
Okay.
When I saw these Westerners, they are speaking shlokas, they are teaching Bhagavad Gita, I felt so guilty that being born in a Brahmin family and what am I doing? Is my life meant for just working in the ship and then making some money? There are so many marine engineers, so many engineers, but who is there to teach the Bhagavad Gita?
Very nice.
And that is the time I decided I'll join ISKCON and be a monk.
Very nice. So you were fascinated when a monk spoke on your face.
Yeah, on the face,
on
truth.
On the face, truth.
Yes.
So truth is something which inspired you that this institution, is a very blunt and very straight on his face, that wearing a jeans, on a summer, it makes a little logic actually.
I'll tell you another story. The same day, monk told, when my friend asked him that what about progress, engineering and all, the monk told him, sanyasi told him, that what are you doing? You call yourself to be great marine engineers, merchant navy. The work what you're doing is you're carrying another man's luggage from one place to other place. What does a coolie do?
Yeah.
Same thing. So that they felt bad, but I felt very happy.
Being a marine engineer, you felt very happy.
Very happy because he's speaking truth.
Okay.
So we have very few people in this world who present truth as it is.
Superb.
And that is the time I saw Bhagavad Gita as it is. I could connect with this conversation. And in the very first camp we had in Mayapur, we had Dayaram Prabhu, who was the president of the temple at that time. From his hands, I got the Bhagavad Gita. He's IIT Mumbai. And very intelligent person. He was the first person who addressed us in our college. I took the Bhagavad Gita to my hostel. And I bunked my classes and read the Bhagavad Gita. Then for the next 4 or 5 days, full Bhagavad Gita I completed reading.
Oh.
But one thing surprising was that many books I read, I could understand just by reading once. But when I read the Bhagavad Gita, I could not understand even a single sentence of it. It was very disheartening. At the same time, I took it as a challenge. I want to understand it.
Okay.
Why is it that I'm not able to understand this?
Hmm.
That is the time I decided that I should attend the classes, the youth weekly classes of ISKCON in ISKCON Calcutta.
Okay.
And I was so convinced that there is some truth here.
Hmm.
But every time when I used to go to Calcutta temple,
Hmm.
and sometimes to Mayapur,
Hmm.
and people used to talk about Chaitanya.
Hmm.
I was wondering, who is Chaitanya? Krishna, I know, because being born as a Madhva and worshipping Krishna is right from childhood.
Hmm.
Who is Chaitanya? Who is Chaitanya?
Hmm.
Then I asked one person, can I get some book written by Chaitanya?
Hmm.
I told, there is no book written by Chaitanya. He only wrote 8 verses.
Hmm.
But there's a book written about Chaitanya.
Okay.
Then they gave me this book.
Hmm.
I took that book from our library, Calcutta Library, ISKCON Calcutta Library. At that time, I had no money to buy one books.
Okay.
So I started reading Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, TLC.
Hmm.
It was so absorbing.
Hmm.
It was so sweet and so absorbing.
Hmm.
By reading TLC, Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, I could understand Bhagavad-Gita.
Hmm. When you read Bhagavad Gita,
I could
you
not
were
understand.
you were not able to
I could not
understand.
understand. I could not make out what exactly is this. But it is the mercy of Chaitanya.
Hmm.
I could really see that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could see in every page of Teachings Lord Chaitanya, and he was actually teaching Bhagavad Gita to me.
Hmm. Very nice. So, what was your age, Swamiji, when you were introduced to, when you went to Mayapur and all this happened?
I was 19.
So, you were in what, third year of your engineering?
Third year.
Hmm.
Third year of my engineering. Exactly third year.
I want to ask you a very blunt question. So we all want to become professionally something, we are all here to make some money, marry, life, right? Somebody becomes a doctor, somebody becomes an engineer. When a monk told on your face, you are studying marine engineer, ultimately what are you going to do? You're going to, carry as a merchant navy, goods from one country to another country. So you're doing a coolie job. Did you not feel offended and you thought, what is this sadhu? How can he even speak like that, Because we believe that sadhus are supposed to be sweet. They should tell you, you should do good in your education, study well, serve the nation. This is the kind of sadhus we have seen. But what kind of sadhu is he that he's punching on your entire belief system?
See, belief systems are only a belief.
Hmm.
Belief means what?
Hmm.
That you still have a doubt. That I believe there's a cat behind the wall. What does it mean? Maybe there, may not be there. I believe it is there.
Yes.
Belief system can change. So I never have any belief on any belief system.
Okay.
If you have any belief on a belief system, then you cannot do the truth.
Yeah.
So belief is a very dubious term. So the understanding which people have about sadhu, he should be very nice. That is wrong. I came to know about this later when I heard one of the meanings of the word sadhu is one who cuts.
Okay.
One who cuts.
But there is a meaning like that?
I heard. I have not done any research into that.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But I heard about it. One who cuts our material attachments. That is what I came to later. So one who cuts our misunderstanding, he's a sadhu. Sadhu, even if you translate the word sadhu as a good person, good person is one who actually cuts your attachments to bad habits and bad thoughts and bad philosophies, bad understandings or misunderstandings.
Yes.
So how can there be a sadhu who just speaks something very sweet to you and makes you continue in your mental existence, in your suffering? How can you call a doctor who doesn't do any operation to cure you and then gives you some sweets and sends you, oh, very nice, you're very good. Ultimately, you have to die.
Yeah.
A doctor means one who actually operates.
Yes.
Isn't it? So what people understand about sadhu is not important. Who is a sadhu? That person is important. Sadhu means actually one who cuts, one who destroys our ignorance.
Yes.
Speaks truth. And those sadhus who speak sweetly, but would not give real happiness to people, they get some popularity for some time and then later on people forget them.
Yes.
But Srila Prabhupada spoke the truth. He went around the world and spoke the truth. He went to America and told to the hippies, no intoxication. You're living like dogs and hogs.
Yes.
He told on the face, but they were very happy to hear. Ultimately, the soul likes to hear the truth.
Soul doesn't like this melodrama.
Doesn't like.
Very nice. So at the age of 19, somebody told you that you're gonna be a so-called coolie, taking around luggage from goods from one country to the other country. Then what happened to your life? I'm curious about what
Yeah.
happened to your life after that.
So the day I completed reading Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, it was just around 3 months the day I came in contact with the Iskcon. That is the day I decided that I'm going to be a monk. I was not knowing the Iskcon management structure. There's something called Diksha. Nothing. I had no idea. Just go to Mayapur and go to Calcutta. Just do my distribution of prasadam. I used to serve the Sunday feast prasadam and then hear some classes, do some kirtan, come back. I was not knowing what Iskcon as an organization is, but I had made my decision that I would work for maybe 1 or 2 years and give some money to my parents, which I did. And whatever the rest of the money was there, I gave to the temple and then just joined. Because it was teachings of Lord Chaitanya which brought this change in my life. Because somehow, right from childhood, I was not interested in getting married. I was thinking of doing something interesting, different, and I was not knowing what it is.
No, we'll go, before going there, you said a very important point that you earned for few years in sailing.
Yeah.
Then you gave money to your parents and you gave money to the temple and joined.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have an idea that ISKCON as an organization, they pay you all well. That's the reason you become monks. The people who asked me this, we see a lot of IITians, we see a lot of, chartered accountants, doctors. Why would they sacrifice their life and join there as a monks? They should be paying well, right? So you gave money. So I just want to know what is the truth in this?
To be very blunt on the phrase, if you have your own bank account and if you have money with you, you cannot be called a monk. You can never be a monk.
Oh, superb.
Monk means sanyasi. Sanyasi means one who is away from money and woman. As simple as that. And happiness one gets without money and women. That only a monk can understand.
Oh, so very, very blunt. So you don't even have a bank account, no personal money.
The day I joined the job, just a day before I was about to join the next day, I met one devotee. I told him I'm joining Merchant Navy. The job, I had to go into all kinds of people around me are all into all illicit activities, intoxication, illicit sex, everywhere it's rampant. And I want to be a monk after 1 or 2 years. Tell me what I'm supposed to do. How should I be careful? And the devotee gave me very good advice. He told, don't have money in your hand if you want to join, if you want to be the sadhu. And my father wanted that I should have my own bank account at the time. I told, not required. I'll send money to your account. So I never had my bank account. I never had cash in my. Even till today, I don't carry cash with me.
Oh.
Even in traveling.
So completely dependent on Lord Krishna.
You're very happy about it. I'm very happy about it. Because of money and women, they bring anxiety to you. In anxiety, you cannot gain knowledge.
Okay. Makes a lot of sense, Swamiji. So it's beautiful that, you worked for a few years. You gave money to your parents. You took care of them, whatever best you can. And then you gave some money to your institution and joined there as a monk.
Yeah, I met my Guru Maharaj. I told him I got $8,000 at the time.
$8,000 was your salary?
At that time, my salary was $2,500.
What year are we speaking about?
96, 97.
Okay.
So at that time, $2,500 is a big money.
What is it translating to India's money at that time?
At that time, it was 40 rupees. It was 1 lakh rupees a month.
Oh, it's a very big salary. Yeah?
It's a big salary for that time. I met my Guru Maharaj and I told him this money. My Guruji told that, you give this money, the temple construction is happening. Your money will be used to have the deities for our temple and you will get eternal benefit. I was so happy.
It makes a lot of sense. So many kids would have come in contact at their 18, 19 years. but not a lot of people would be like you. And lot of people will not like also if somebody comes and says, what is your education? And he punches your whole existence of, education and all that stuff. What were you as a kid? Because I'm just curious that why do some people become monks? As a kid, they were little abnormal. How was your childhood? What was your parents' contribution to your monkhood?
Good question. See, I was born in a Madhva family.
So Madhva Brahmin family.
Madhva Brahmin family.
Where do you people hail from basically?
Basically, I was born in Mysore. And my father is from Tenali, Andhra. So we belong to Uttarajimatha, Holle Uttarajimatha. And we had regular visits to the matha and having prasadam there, participating in the pujas and all these things. And childhood was very simple, very religious. But I was very inquisitive. I was reading Bhagavadgitha, though I could not understand. And of course, as a young boy, you come in contact with the works of Swami Vivekananda. But I could not understand what it said, but still I had some interest in some spirituality. So at the age of 13, I was in 8th standard. I lost my mother.
Oh.
Yeah. And that is the time I just felt her absence, because she used to chant a lot of stotras, especially Raghavendra stotra. That is Kantastha for me because of she chanting every day. And Tulasi and other stotras. She was a sincere devotee of Raghavendra. So I had some books of Raghavendra Matha. Some in English was there and some in Kannada were there. I could little bit Kannada. So that is the time I was very much inspired by the life of Raghavendra Swami.
Okay.
And that made me think that when he gave up his young wife on the request of Saraswati to protect Dharma, Vaishnava Dharma, so that inspired me that I'll become a monk. But I was not knowing the philosophy, Vaishnavism. But you should have a platform also to become a monk.
Yes, definitely, yes.
I could not find any platform. Of course, as you had to be in the flow of the water, so I just went and then did my engineering. And by mercy of the Lord, I don't know, I came in touch with Iskcon. And Iskcon gave me a platform where I could fulfill my ambition and the desire of being a monk.
Very, very, very nice childhood, because you were inspired by Raghavendra Swami to become a monk. I don't think anybody would have said this before.
I don't know whether I should say in the podcast or not. Let me be open. It's not a boast, but it's a fact. It's up to anybody to believe. I was very much in dilemma because ISKCON is Gaudiya Sampradaya. I knew that it has got its roots in Madhva. But being born as a Madhva, going somewhere to a Sampradaya which is in Bengal.
Okay.
So I went to Mantralaya. I was praying to Raghavendra. You have been my guiding force for my mother. And she was a great devotee. Give me one indication. Should I join or not?
Okay.
ISKCON. Or should I be in Mantralaya and then serve you and do some Porohitya or whatever the thing is?
Yes.
Or because there is no system in the Madhva, in Ashtamatas or anywhere where a young boy who has done his engineering or so can and be in that close circle. You can just go there, pay obeisance, take blessings and come back.
And the maximum you can become is Purohita.
As a Purohita, you can become. For that also, you need to study.
Some education should be there.
They take you from Gurukul and all. And after engineering at the age of 20, 21, 22, what kind of. So he came in the dreams and told you join.
Wow. It's a very fascinating information, Swami.
I never told this. I just told a few people. I'm just telling it public in the podcast.
Very nice. Beautiful.
So, yes.
Generally, it is believed in this Kannada and Telugu traditions that when you sleep there in Mantralayam.
Yeah, I slept there.
for 2-3 days or sincerely pray to the Lord, then Lord will come and answer. Rairu will come and answer to whatever
Yes,
your questions are.
yes. He
Beautiful.
does
So
it.
he is an inspiration for you to become a monk. Beautiful. Really impressive story you have. But one thing is very, like every other monk that I have had in the podcast before, you all had a very pious childhood. Everybody, I had, interviewed few people in the past. They all had very good childhood. So in the same platform, you come from a Madhva Vaishnava family. You had a mother who is a source of your inspiration. But you all got a platform from here, as an ISKCON as a platform to raise. One very personal question. Were you attracted to any vices when you were as an adult or as a kid, adolescent kid? Did you ever smoke? Did you ever drink? Did you had a girlfriend in your life?
Fortunately, no.
No, why? People, it's just a casual thing that when you join a college, people will just take a cigarette and smoke. So because see, this helps a normal, like a lot of other people to understand that, for a fashion, maybe one smoke, just let us see how does a beer taste. You never had that,
Never. I never took even an egg in my life, nor smoked, nor drunk, anything. Never. But the one thing was, when I was in college, I used to see these friends. They do all these things because they are frustrated.
Way in the college days also they do it because of frustration, or they do it because it is a show off, or
Of course, they start with something and then they end up in frustration.
okay,
Most of them frustrated.
okay.
And I could see that. Somehow I had that intelligence not to get into any of these vices.
So it means good parenting will help, samskaras. Do you think good parenting will help a child protect from all the vices?
I have a different idea of parenting. Parenting starts right from childhood.
Yeah.
The parent's childhood. Not the child's childhood.
Okay.
See, of course, we are getting into another topic here. To beget a good son, you need to practice brahmacharya. The mother should have practiced celibacy. Then that is how you plan for a child. That is how you actually get a good child.
Yes.
You cannot make a rope out of a rock.
Makes sense.
So for that, you should have that particular child who you can mold, you can train. You just cannot be anybody and then produce a child who is somebody who is having good sanskars. So that is why Garbhadhan sanskara, Kanyadana, these things are there.
Yeah.
Many people talk to me about the Varnashrama. I told, you can see proper Varnashrama, not even proper, even just a glimpse of that Varnashrama after at least 3 generations. In the West, even in India also, when they take a dog to their house or they purchase a pet dog, they see the pedigree.
Yes.
What about your pedigree?
Yeah.
When we talk about Goshala having good breed, we talk about Nasal Sudhar, developing a good breed bull.
Yes.
The same applies to you also as a human.
Yeah. Of course, animals, we concentrate so much on breeding. There are breeding centers which has very voracious, strong bulls. Then of course the breeding is there in humans too.
Yeah, you have become cats.
Yeah.
So you have to have sanskaras to get good child. So it takes at least 3 to 4 generations to get that kind of children. These days, because of the promiscuity, the boys and girls mixing together, sitting in the same bench in the schools. During our time, it was not so. I come in a small town. I'm not from fortunately from a small town where there was separation. Boys would not speak to the girls.
So free mixing is a problem. You see it very clearly in the modern society.
It's the biggest problem. The root cause of all the vices.
Yeah, root cause of all the vices. Very wonderful. You have very unique thought process, Swamiji, on parenting, because very nice. A good parent only can, give a good parenting to the somebody who was groomed nicely as a son, who has got good parenting, is the one who can actually nurture a child. Makes a lot of sense to me. So, okay, now finally, Raghavendra Swami has bestowed his mercy on you. He came to your dream and told that you have to become a monk. Then what happened to your life?
So I joined. Uh, Actually, I wanted to. I knew only His Holiness Bhakti Rasamrit Maharaj, and at that time I used to serve him through Madhav Prabhu.
Mm.
Um, in 1996 Sentinel, I served them in the organizing the Sentinel contest. College contest was there.
Mm.
So I went and asked them, because they were staying in Chapati. Then they told, no, we cannot take you for a few days. At that time, I was also inspired by His Grace Atma Tattva Prabhu, Srila Prabhupada's disciple.
Okay.
This philosophical class is very inspiring.
Mm.
I wanted to join him. He wanted me to train. He wanted me that I should get trained under him. Somehow, the setup what he had in Udupi had got dissolved, and he went somewhere. So I just landed in Mira Road temple, and I was not knowing how the temple runs. I thought being a monk means you take the Bhagavad-Gita, travel town to town, village to village, and speak Bhagavad-Gita. That's what is the work of a monk. I never thought you need to raise funds, you need to build temple, you need that. I got introduced this thing, and His Holiness Hg Kamal Lochan blessed me, and then told that. I asked him, where should I go? I want to study and preach. And he told, Krishna has sent to this place, so you stay here. I asked him, where should I go? And I stayed there. Then I was exposed to the world of ISKCON. And that is the time I had interaction with many people, many circumstances, many political circumstances, and somehow struggled hard to build a temple there.
So you constructed the entire Mira Road, Swamiji?
To tell I constructed is not so appropriate philosophically, but I was instrumental in getting the temple constructed. Of course, many devotees, big team is there behind me, and who helped that project to come up. But it was actually a very dream project in one sense, that every details we went into. Even His Holiness Gopal Maharaj, when somebody comes to him and asks that we want to build a temple, he says, go and visit Mira Road.
Oh.
And that is where I developed my unknown skills of Vastu, architecture.
Oh, you are a Vastu. Okay.
That is the reason I am called here to Hyderabad also.
A Vastu consultant. Oh,
yeah,
superb.
Because Guru is sitting with Angaraka Mangal, Kuja we say.
Oh, you are an astrologer also then.
So I deal with lands, a lot of lands,
Oh, okay.
to see that thing. It's my hobby.
Okay.
Main thing is to learn and teach scriptures. But this is part of my karma.
Your extracurricular activity.
Extracurricular activity.
So what year was that when you constructed Mira Road?
2015 got over.
But when did you start?
2009 we started. Okay. We had a lot of legal problems in that land. So 5-6 years went in that. And after that, 2015 we started. Now I'm just trying to be a consultant for many temple construction projects are happening. We are building a temple now in Vapi.
Okay.
So like that.
So Vapi is
it's a town in South Gujarat.
Near Talasari or somewhere.
Yeah. First town from Mumbai when you go towards Vapi, towards Gujarat. That's
superb. So now you're finally settled in your monkhood. And are you happy?
Quite satisfied.
Satisfied. So what is that one advice that you want to give to the youth of India?
Study Bhagavadgitha.
Okay.
Then everything will come out. Everything will manifest. Study it. Don't just read it. Study Bhagavad-Gita. Whether you understand or don't understand, go on studying it. Krishna will make you understand.
Superb. So, any youth who comes to you and asks that if I study Bhagavad-Gita, will I have my problem solved? What is your answer to that?
You will have your ultimate problem solved.
Ultimate problem solved.
When the ultimate problem is solved, all the small problems are automatically solved. See, our ultimate problem is that of Sansara Bandhana. Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi is our problem. And all the other problems are actually not problems.
Hmm.
That is where Krishna starts Bhagavad Gita with. He says to Arjuna, Asocya anasocastum prajnavadamsha bhashase.
Hmm.
Arjuna, you are thinking about those problems which are not fit to be thought about.
Hmm.
And this is what is happening with the youth of India.
Hmm.
Practically everyone in this world.
Hmm.
They are thinking of financial problems, they're thinking of family problems, thinking of that problem, this problem, political problem. These problems are actually not a problem at all, because when you solve one problem, bigger problem comes.
Hmm.
The solution itself will be a bigger problem.
Okay.
So, Bhagavad Gita solves the root cause of all the problems. And that you have to aim for.
Very nice message, Swamiji. So the advice to the youth is read Bhagavad Gita. Not read. You said
Study.
study Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, study Bhagavad Gita, and that will solve your ultimate. Inspirational journey of yours, Swamiji. It was too impressive. I wish all the very best, and you are anyhow successful in your journey of monkhood. I pray to the Lord that you inspire more and more souls, to go back to Godhead.
Harish.
Hare Krishna.